it's Minnick from earlylearningmom.com. I'm here today to do a different kind of video. I want to do this type of video monthly. It is a what Zakari and I read in the month of December. Now, I do want to say it's not as much as we usually read. I did suffer from laryngitis through a good chunk of December, just before the holidays, and then we had holiday season where we were getting to bed at, not the right time, so he was falling asleep sooner than he normally would for me. So that is just a reflection of why we only read 8 books. Our goal for January, and actually every month through 2012, is to read 11 books together, minimum. And right now, I believe it's the 6th, and we are on book 3 or 4. So we have a good start. So this month, we read Dragon Master's Roar of the Thunder Dragon, and we love Dragon Masters here. This is the series that kind of drags Zakari into read out louds. It made him interested, and I highly recommend this series. It's very simple. There are lots of pictures, but each book builds on its own. This is book 8, and in my opinion is the best book in the series to date that we've read. We have books 9 through 12. 12 was just released on December 26th, and Zakari took some of his Christmas money and purchased the books that were missing, so 9 through 12. I don't know how it is in the States, but in Canada at Walmart they sell them. They're 2 for $5. We got a few there. The original first few that we purchased, the 1 through 5, we purchased at Once Upon a Child, and it was just a series I saw, and I'm like, oh, caught my eye, and I'm really glad we picked it up. So, Dragon Masters, Roar of the Thunder Dragon. We also started a new series. Zakari got this series, The Kingdom of Renly. I've noticed them advertise it in the book outlet, not book outlet, we purchased it on book outlet. My mom got him books 1 through 4, and then the box set number 2 and 3, and those were all from book outlet. But I had noticed them advertising these books at the back of the Magic Treehouse books, and we really love the Magic Treehouse. So when we saw that, and then a friend of mine, her daughter reads at a very, very high level, but wanted to get her hands on these books and actually pick them as a reward when she completed a music book, Suzuki Music. So I knew if that little girl liked them, and if they were in the back of the book of the Magic Treehouse, we would probably enjoy it. And I have to say, it was a really, really sweet book. We really enjoyed it. It's about Prince Lucas, and he wants to have friends, but he's a prince and he's raised in the castle, and it just talks about his experiences of being lonely and making friends with kids his own age, and how he struggled through that. So it was really sweet. It's, there's pictures on almost every page there. So my husband's aunt also purchased the latest book, book 13, that was not on book outlet, that was on Amazon. So we had that. We also read The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids, Gremlins Don't Chew Bubblegum. I love this series. I grew up on this series. Zakari was a little at the beginning, but I trucked through because I had collected so many of them. I really wanted him to give it a good try, and he is starting to enjoy them now, and we'll sit and listen for them. So I'm reliving my childhood because I never got to read all these. I only read the first few. my library in the country was kind of crummy. We didn't have very many of them. You know, single income family. I had books, but you know, I didn't always get to pick which books I wanted. Sometimes we would just get like the special on the Scholastic front page. So I am reliving my childhood. Love it. And we cannot forget the Magic Treehouse. This is another series that helped drag Zakari into the world of books and just fostered his love for reading. This one was the Magic Treehouse. We're on book 27, and it's Thanksgiving on Tuesday. Now, we were a few weeks late before we read this, well, for the American Thanksgiving. We have Canadian Thanksgiving in October, which is a different celebration than the Americans have, but it would have been nice to read it in November, but we read it, right? So we also have The Puppy Place, and I love this series. I don't even really like dogs. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like them. But these books, I just get drawn into them, whether they're going to rescue, find a home, find out where they came from. The characters Lizzie and Charles are really likable, and I find myself, if Zakari starts falling asleep and we have one chapter left, I spend the whole night wondering, did they find him? Did he find his forever home? And I mean, of course, at the end of the book, they always find the forever home, but they kind of bring you along the story, and it's really sweet. So I highly recommend this series. And this one is called Noodle. I believe it's the 9th book in the series. There's like 53 books. We own about maybe 40 of them that we've collected. So this is one of the ones we read. We also, I've been looking for these. I will not pay full price. It's very rare I pay full price for USborn Books. We do some of their summer challenge programs, or we do sponsorships and stuff like that, just like pledges, not sponsorships, pledges. And we do have some books that we got from this summer, but typically I look for USborn Books at thrift stores, garage sales, all that. So we read this easy chapter book, and this one is The Frog Prince. We also had another USborn book. It is Stories of Mermaids, and it was different stories about different mermaids. So it was kind of cute. Like I said, it was like a 25-cent book, and we were happy. But I'm not sure if you can see that, but it was $5 originally. And this is another series. It's junior chapter books, The Bailey School Kids Ghosts Do Splash and Puddles. So it is the younger version of the Bailey School Adventures. The Bailey School Adventures are usually about 80, 85 pages long, and these books are about 60 to 65 pages, but the writing is a lot bigger, so it's great for early readers, and there's a lot more pictures in this book. There's not so many pictures. There's the odd picture in this book, but it's not as much. And finally, we read The Boxcar Children, Book 3, The Yellow House Mystery. And I have to say, I don't know where I was during my childhood to have never picked up a Boxcar Children book. These are just so sweet. They're so well written. Now, that being said, I heard it all changes after book 19. The original author is not writing them anymore. We have been trying to collect from book 1 to 40, and I'm going to give it a try. I really want to give it a whole try. I think once we're attached to the characters, we'll be okay with it. But that being said, some people are not okay with it. This was a really sweet book. They basically were looking for somebody, basically following a cold case, looking for a missing friend of their grandfather's, and really well written, really wholesome, and I highly recommend it. So, you know, I'm not how do I put this? I love reading. I'm open to a lot of different kids' books. Reading with my son. There has been a few series that we've picked up and we just disliked. Both of us disliked, and I put it down. And that is okay to do. So if you go to your library or find any of these books and you sit down and read them and you're not that into it, don't push the subject. Put them away. Leave them out. There are so many good books that you can read, or good stories that you and your child can enjoy, that you shouldn't waste your time on stuff that you don't like. I do recommend starting with book 1 of the series if you can, because it usually is a great, gives you a great introduction to the characters. So that is our What Did We Read in December video. I'm hoping, like I said, to do this monthly, and I will also have linked in the description below a blog post where I will put links to all these books. So in case you didn't catch the full titles, or you're looking for the authors' names, which I haven't mentioned in this video, you can check it out on my blog. It'll be linked down. If you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to like, subscribe, and you can also leave a comment below and let me know what you read last month with your kids and what your favorite book was. I'm always looking for new series. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.